Alright guys, it's that time of the year again when we celebrate the birth of Santa Claus. But also, it's time for me to have a look ahead at what we can expect from Hell Let Loose in 2025. But before we go any further with casting our eyes into the future, we're going to have a look back, we're going to reminisce, and we're going to talk about all the things that we did get from jolly old Saint Team 17. Alright, 2024 was a bit of a mixed bag, but we're going to go through the list of the big hitters quickly because we don't want to linger on these subjects for too long because they make people angry sometimes. The first and probably the most substantial one was the British faction got a pretty good fix. New weapons, better uniforms, and era locking the German weaponry as to balance out the teams a little bit more realistically. And on top of that, El Alamein got a pretty good fix, if I'm honest. They made that map a lot more palatable. People still hate it, but it's better. That is undeniable. We got the first completely built from the ground up by Team 17 map, Mortain, which I actually enjoyed a lot. It required a slower pace, more methodical checking for those pesky tree lines and angles. Now, some people, they didn't like it because the visibility was, well, let's be honest, pretty crud. And that is a fair review of that map. However, I like that, personally. I enjoyed having to change the way that I was playing. I like the aesthetic. I like the terrain being a little bit more hilly, asymmetrical, if you will. And it's just a nice change of pace from the usual flat fields of Normandy. We got lots of bug fixes, and then we got lots of bugs from those bug fixes, but then those bugs from the bug fixes got fixed, and then more bugs and fixes, and it's a bit of just a constant stream of fixing them and then new ones, and I think we're about even at this point. Something else that I've noticed, and I'm not sure if anyone else has, but my performance has gone up drastically since a few updates. And I'm not just saying like 5 frames here or 2 frames there. I'm talking about 15, 20 plus frames across all maps almost. It's pretty impressive. It feels a lot smoother these days. Then again, that might just be me. I don't know. Let me know down in the comments. How is your performance? Now, not all of it is slightly good. We got some controversial cosmetics. Map-specific Operation Lutik. I said it wrong, I don't care. It was a cap and a haircut, and it was causing people some real rage, and rightly so in a lot of cases. Now, Team 17 did change this skin, this DLC, pretty quickly, and it can now be used on all maps, but still, keep your eye on them, lads. That was a cheeky one for sure. We got a new game mode, apparently. I played it maybe twice. I did actually enjoy it the last time I played it. I will admit it was a lot more fun, but still, it seems like a bit of a waste of time considering it's just smaller. There could have been something a bit more nuanced or interesting or game-changing. If only someone had made a video discussing some great ideas. I don't know. I will never stop bringing up that video. Go and watch it right now. Oh, they reworked Purple Heart Lane, added dynamic weather, and although I've not yet seen a lightning strike, overall the map just felt that little bit more dynamic, less frustrating, but still brutal as hell, as we all know it is. In summary, Team 17 have done a lot of work on bug fixing while simultaneously drip feeding in content and DLCs on what is reportedly a skeleton crew of devs. Pretty much just like everyone asked them to do, yet people are still angry. I get it though. You know, things aren't going great, but they're not going anywhere near as badly as people would have you believe. Oh, and the most important thing, we got Elsenborn Ridge, which I am absolutely loving so far. My opinions might change with a bit more gameplay on it, but currently I think it's great. Yes, it's just FOI 2.0, but again, a little bit more dynamic on the terrain. There's more clutter, there's more wreckages, there's more trenches. Just everything about it just feels like an improved version of FOI for me, but again, I've not played it an insane amount, so I can't comment. I'm sure there's going to be a dude that's already played it for 500 hours who's just going to moan at me for saying it's better than FOI. I love FOI, don't get me wrong, but right now it's a breath of fresh air. I think it's great. More maps that are different but good. Thank you very much. However, it's not all sunshine and rainbows with the latest update. Of course, they brought 2 major bugs that are, one of them definitely 100% game breaking, as the servers just up and fucking died. However, that is not an issue anymore. It got fixed within 24 hours and maybe even less, so no need to worry about the servers currently. But the other one is people's ranks were being reset to level 1, and a lot of people that were encountering this bug were just turning the game off and not playing it, which is the worst thing to happen if you just pulled off an actual good update with a good map, some great new features like swiveling your head back and forth, which everyone's loving, I think, maybe, I don't know. Improved voice chat, all these things that people are asking for, and they pulled it off, and everyone's like, wow, this is awesome. And then, like, 1, you couldn't play the game for like 24 hours, and 2, a bug that is making people just switch the game off again. Like, that is the 2 worst things you could have happen after a good update. The devs must be pulling their hair out. Like, they were probably happy as pigs in shit when that thing landed, and everyone was really like, yay, well done. And then, boom, nope, no one's playing because you can't get into the friggin' game, or they don't want to be playing where their progress presumably is not being recorded, and they can't use the weapons they want, they can't use the skins they want. It's all understandable. It's just, I'm just starting to feel bad for these guys now. You know, like, the rage I used to feel whenever something broke on this game is slowly just being replaced with pity. And it's like, I just want them to do well now. And I feel bad that, you know, shit like that happens. And, like, I don't know how preventable any of that was. You know, sometimes bugs just crop out of nowhere, and there's nothing you can do but fix them when they turn up. But either way, yeah, I just feel bad now. I'm so sorry to those guys. Hopefully it gets fixed before everyone goes on Christmas break, because otherwise we won't hear from them until January, and that will destroy the game. If no one's playing because everyone's getting this bug, like, the game will be emptier than my soul after I hear All I Want for Christmas for the 14th millionth time in like 3 days. Like, what the fuck is with that song? Just stop. I get it. There's better Christmas songs. Anyway, moving on. So let's have a look at 2025 and what we can expect. So, what do we have to look forward to in Hell Let Loose for 2025? Well, the main thing is obviously Tobruk, the new British versus German map. But we'll touch more on that in a moment. The roadmap for 2025 is definitely coming, we just don't know exactly when. The community manager for Team 17 has said January 2025, but he's also not committing 100% to that date, presumably because not everything's finalized yet. So they are just working out the kinks, trying to get it ready. Hopefully, this means that it will be realistic, but also awesome at the same time. But only time will tell. As that roadmap comes out, we will obviously make a video, we'll discuss it, all that good stuff. But until then, we can only hope that all our hopes and dreams will be answered by Saint Team 17. I don't mean they're a saint, I mean like Saint Nicholas. It was a Christmas joke because you'll be watching this at Christmas, presumably. If not, it's January, and it's just weird that I'm talking about Christmas. I apologize. We just have to hope that it won't be as ridiculous as 2021-2022 roadmap, which was 2 years to deliver, and we got about half of it, and half of what we did get wasn't actually delivered until 2023. Fuck you, Team 17. Wait a minute, hold on. Oh, that was Black Matter. Huh. Interesting. Very interesting. Although, admittedly, Team 17 would then do something very similar upon their arrival, but then quickly changed the roadmap to be more reflective of what they had already achieved and what they knew they could achieve. Don't be better, guys. Just change the goalposts. Fucking love it. So, something that we do know is coming out in 2025, presumably January, but more realistically, let's be honest, probably like March or something, is the new British map Tobruk. Now, this is getting people a little bit excited, and rightly so. From the little we do know, it looks like an urban desert map, with lots of new assets and some sweet, tight streets for me to yeet that gammon bomb down. I love the noise of that thing. Now, in my head, I'm pretty much seeing Karantan, but with sand, and I'm all for it. And for those that don't know what Tobruk is and think I'm using some kind of orcish slur, here's some background. The Axis captured Tobruk, Libya, in 1942, in a battle that was a part of the Western Desert Campaign. Now, the city of Tobruk was a port city, and was very strategic for both the Allies and the Axis. The Allies captured Tobruk from Italian forces in January 1941, but the city was besieged again by Italian and German troops from April to December. The battle happened in May of 1942, where German General Erwin Rommel, launched a second offensive, Operation Venezia. I said it wrong, I don't care. To capture Tobruk. The Allies were defeated after a few weeks of fighting, and most of the 8th Army retreated into Egypt. The Axis then assaulted Tobruk, and the garrison surrendered within 2 days. Now, some questions being asked by the community. Does this mean, finally, the introduction of Italian forces and, to a slightly lesser extent, the Australian forces? That would be sweet, but let's be honest. No way. Not happening. Not now. Probably not ever. I am personally just happy that my monthly letter to Team 17 asking for more of those juicy, muscular British needs has finally been answered. Unfortunately, no further word on anything past Tobruk has been mentioned aside from more map reworks, which is definitely welcomed but is kind of underwhelming. I think Team 17 are being a little bit more cautious and wary about what they advertise and trying to be a little bit more realistic in terms of what they can actually deliver. I think when they joined, they didn't realise what they'd taken on to the full extent and were just head in the clouds, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. And, you know, obviously that didn't happen. So now I think they are under promise, over deliver, or just deliver. At the bare minimum, just deliver. But only time will tell what is in store for the rest of the year. The more information we get, I will collate it all into a semi-cohesive video for you to absorb all the information. I try not to do too many little ones just because there's not usually that much to talk about, but I like my end of year wrap-ups, and if there's any big news, obviously I will make a video on it, but the smaller updates I don't have time for. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a big fat like because it helps other people discover the video and it strokes my insatiable ego, so thank you for that. Let me know what you think about Elsenborn Ridge. What do you think about Tobruk that's on the way? Let me know down in the comments. I'll be reading them all. I might not be able to reply to all of them, but I will be reading every single one of them. If you want to support the channel further, then you can become a member or just leave a super thanks or a super chat. Anything like that is greatly appreciated, but it's never expected. The best thing you can really do is watch all of my videos, not just the Hell Let Loose ones. Leave them likes, leave them comments, and that is a massive boost for my channel. I would greatly appreciate it. Thank you very much. I am also streaming on YouTube and Twitch simultaneously every Tuesday and Thursday, and also every other Saturday until I can make Saturdays work permanently or an even better day. But that's the schedule, so drop in, say hello, watch what I'm playing, have a chat with me. It's all really good fun. Join the Discord for a great little community. But I've been McBluffin, and I will catch you in the new year. Merry Christmas, everyone.